Yep. Hello, Tyler.
Hi, Ryan.
Ames, Iowa Country Club.
Yeah.
Probably home of Brock Purdy.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's actually his house back there. If you're not watching, we got the simulator behind us, and there's clearly just an outbuilding in between fairways. I think Brock Purdy lives in.
I think it's safe to say that we have the largest podcast studio in the company.
I would agree.
It's a 14 by 16.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of expensive technology in here.
Right. We can literally go anywhere we want in the world as long as there's a golf course.
It's almost like we could time travel to Ames, Iowa Country Club.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Speaking of Ames, Iowa, Brock Purdy, Iowa State or Iowa guy?
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Which is Ames.
Had these playoffs and like the start of kind of his career been earlier, my New Year's resolution would be to have Brock Purdy swag on the golf course. Because that guy's got some swagger.
Oh, I was thinking in shitty radio terms, where if you say the word swag, it means you're giving out T-shirts.
That's true.
Yeah, that's.
I thought you want some
Tyler,
Brock Purdy. Jesus
Holy.
Christ. I thought you wanted some Brock Purdy merch on the golf course.
That would be sick though to wear a Purdy jersey on the course. Jersey Day.
Hold up. Should we get you a Brock Purdy Iowa State jersey?
No, I'm just saying Jersey Day. Like you get your buddies out. You get 2 tee times. You get 8 guys. I mean, we've already talked about getting the 8 guys out, right?
Yeah, wait,
2 tee times of 4. Jersey Day. Everyone wears their favorite jersey or the guy they want to be like the most. That would be fucking fun.
Dude, if my golf swing looked like Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing, I'd be in good shape. That's all.
No,
I'm
I don't
saying.
think
you'd
you
be
would, though.
fucking slicing everything.
Yeah, because if
Baseball swings are not good for golf.
I one-hand a swing off the tee box, it looks like Ken Griffey Jr. and it's typically really bad.
Best swing though.
Doing Jersey Day is just one step away from doing high school homecoming week with your golf buddies.
But that's the shit you look forward to in high school.
Yeah.
And this is the shit you look forward to at age 28 and 29.
So first day, it's going to be school colors day, guys. So wear your alma mater, school colors. Then the next day is pajama day. And then we have Jersey Day.
They got to be doing that at like
Next week is 70s day.
Yeah. And then it's the theme for homecoming.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it is the roaring 20s on Friday.
I mean, you guys know how much fun the John Daly Day was that we had.
I don't know about fun.
It wasn't fun for Tyler.
It was fun to dress up like John Daly with.
The outfits were fun. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, that's exactly what we're talking about here. That's a video that's been banked for a while. Maybe more to come on that. Don't know yet.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it all depends.
John Daly Day. It was a lot of fun. Speaking of jerseys, college athletes, Tyler. I was thinking about this.
They wear jerseys.
They do. I was thinking about this earlier because both of us were former college athletes.
Correct.
That's why we are in front of the camera and Jake's not.
Yeah, because
Easy.
Jake's just Jake was a high school burnout.
Sorry, Jake.
Yeah, total burnout.
I was thinking about the courses that I took in college, and one of them was a history of bowling.
Yeah,
And it was what is the physical education, like 2 physical education credits that you need or something like that.
I don't know, but I also took bowling. Not even history. It was just fucking bowling.
Well, okay. And for me, the first 2 weeks were the history of bowling. It was classroom work, which was the football coach was teaching it.
My wrestling coach
It was total
was teaching
bullshit.
it. Yeah.
And then the last 6 weeks was you're just bowling. And I'm pretty sure that we had to learn how to keep our own score without using the monitor.
Yep. That's all we
During
had
a
to do.
round.
That was our whole grade.
That was your final?
The beginning of the year, he taught us how to score a bowling game.
Yeah.
And then our midterm was to bowl and keep your score. And they put like a sheet of paper over the screen.
Yeah.
And so then if your paper matched the screen, you passed. And then our final was the same fucking thing.
Now, Tyler, was this at the public school or the private school that you went to?
This is at the public school.
See, I went to a public school, the cheapest one in the state, and we never had any wacky classes like that. Like,
We had history of, I don't know, coaching, history of football, history of bowling.
What?
It was history of tennis. You could literally pick. So basically whatever one fit into your schedule last semester, because you're not fucking taking that as a freshman.
Yeah, no
You're
way.
taking it as a super senior.
Oh, yeah.
And just to like it's more so just another study hall, your last year of class.
It was sick because my bowling class was at 8 a.m. and I had wrestling practice at 6 a.m. And the teacher was my wrestling coach.
So if you were late,
so like if practice was running late, he and I could both leave practice to go to bowling.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
History of weightlifting had another one.
No way.
But you know what we didn't have, Tyler? We didn't have the history of golf.
That is fucked up. We didn't have that either.
I guarantee you, damn near every college town has a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
So
every college town, for the most part, also has a simulator, so you can't even pull the weather card.
Yeah.
odds are the college itself has a golf team. And if you're in the Midwest, you got to practice somewhere. Where is that going to be? In the simulator.
Mm-hmm.
So what got me thinking was like every person getting out of college, every upper 20s, lower 30s, former college athlete, just former student in general, probably going to start picking up the game of golf if they got a competitive bone in their body.
Yes.
I'm not going to be bowling. I think that's a 50+ sport. Could be wrong. Average 50+.
What do you think you are?
Pete Weber started young.
Pete Weber, yeah.
He's the most if he was in any other sport, he'd be a fucking superstar. Like, we know who this guy is because he was a bowling super. Imagine if he played a sport that we actually care about.
If Pete Weber was a golfer, that would be a guy that I would be a fan of. I would watch a senior tour.
I would almost say if Pete Weber's personality was on tour, he'd be bigger than John Daly.
I 100% agree.
Without a doubt.
If you guys don't know who Peter Weber is, it's Weber with one B, so it might be Weber. I don't know.
Weber, I think it's
Look him
Weber.
up. He's the guy with he gets a strike.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah, and then he just retired, and he's like, "Thank you to everyone that watched. If whether you loved me or hated me, you watched. That was all you could do."
That's all you literally all you
Such a
could do.
badass.
And he just fucking walked out of the bowling room.
He's the world's greatest trash talker in the history of bowling.
He's like the kid, like he starts a sentence, doesn't know where it's going, but he just fucking commits.
I would say if there's one person that could have replaced Bob Barker for the Celebrity Pro-Am in Happy Gilmore, it could have been Pete Weber. Because honestly, they look damn near the same.
They actually do, yeah.
Both have great personalities. Imagine Pete Weber and Adam Sandler getting in the fight.
Yeah. If Pete Weber would have just like forgot that it was a movie and just started talking shit off script.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, why are they not offering history of golf in college? Where, okay, 2 weeks of classwork. You learn how to accrue a handicap.
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to keep a score, and you learn how to keep a gross and a net score. Because I'll tell you what, Tyler, what is tougher, keeping a bowling round with no monitor or keeping a golf round with no cell phone app? Like
golf
net score.
Genuinely the golf round. Because like as we described last week, we're still not doing it 100% correctly. And it was still a bitch to get to where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Pythagorean theorem on steroids.
Yeah.
And I think we covered this last week, but they need to come up with a simpler solution to figure out handicaps.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before we started Golf League, I had no fucking idea how to get a net score.
Right.
I just plug it into my app and it gives it to me. I'm like, oh, like
Sweet.
net, I shot 1 over today. That's great.
Mm-hmm. So luckily, actually, I should have just done that. I should have just plugged everybody into 18 birdies and just.
I told you.
Yeah, but I remember I was like, I don't want it to fuck up my scores.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. I could have just not saved the round.
Yeah, correct.
Anyway, you're right. Scoring a bowling game is way, way easier because it is a simple equation that you just do over and over and over. Finding your net score is like literally looking for a needle in a haystack because every course is different. It's an absolute nightmare. And I wish I would have learned that. But again, it also makes me, I like nets are for fish. We don't need nets when we're
unless
playing.
Unless it is like just presented to me right in front of my face. Here's the number.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I know about
I don't
it.
have time to think. And genuinely, Ryan, if we play each other and I kick the shit out of you net, I don't feel good about that.
Yes. Because we're playing straight up every time.
Yeah, I want to beat you normal.
Isn't it funny how like you and I our handicaps are like what? 11 points different, 11 strokes different, if that's how you'd put it.
Yeah.
But we still always play gross. We still always play straight up.
Well, I think it's just because we're proud, you know.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
I do not want to beat you net. And the only reason
there's something about that, it just doesn't feel good.
Yeah. There's like the only reason we're even doing it for the simulator league is because there is an even wider range of talent than
we're
you
talking
to me.
Single digits up to
26.
Like if we
26 is generous.
we just
I'm
put a
talking
cap.
40 plus.
If we didn't put a cap on the handicaps, it would. I'm saying like it's going from Ryan lowest at 9 to like 45.
And we're only playing 9 holes, so that like, I mean, it eliminates a few bumps that you would get, but I mean, there are a couple people here that would probably get 3 bumps a hole.
Yeah.
In our system, yeah.
Yeah. I also think one of the reasons why you guys always play gross rather than net too is because you guys are just close enough in handicap to where on a really good day by Tyler and maybe a bad day by Ryan, it's a close game.
Yeah, we've seen
it's
it
happened.
already.
Yeah.
A really, really, really bad day.
And just like a normal day for me.
But like my golf buddy,
Yeah.
he's a 6. I'm like probably a 10, 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll wax the floor with him 6 out of 10 times.
Right, which is because handicap is such a wide variety of averages. Like we do know how to calculate your handicap. Take your last 20 rounds that are certified, take the 8 best of those, average that number, you have your handicap now.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So we know how to do
part
that.
is easy. It comes down hole by hole is what is difficult.
Mhm.
Now, okay, we're in week 3 of Golf League.
Yes.
First week, best ball. Second week, scramble, which is a lot of fun. Third week, alternating shots.
Yes.
You were the first round to play yesterday. How'd it go? What course also?
Coeur d'Alene in
Is that the floating green or is that number 18 on the back nine?
we're not playing the floating green. We're playing front 9.
We should, for this week, we should have a closest to pin office wide. It's all individual competition, no teams anymore.
Okay.
We should have closest to pin on the floating green just because of this course.
Yeah, it is a cool thing, but I just knew that 5 of the 12 people playing would hit that green. If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
And everyone would have just got pissed and frustrated. And it's like, I don't need that as the commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that. But yeah, alternating shot on paper should have gone much worse than scramble for me, but it went better. For some,
Go on.
we just scramble. We just played bad, plain and simple. We just played bad that day. Luckily, we still won, so that's nice because we're doing the head-to-head matchup thing, and the other team played just as shitty, if not worse.
Really?
So we're 2-0. We just played last week. We were 3 under in alternating shot because we matched up super well. We had a couple whiffs. We could have been 5 or 6 under, but we duffed
Gross or net?
net.
See, this is the discrepancy here.
So we were 3 over.
Okay.
Gross.
And gross. Yeah. Which is not bad for alternating shot.
Yeah. Like I said, we played good. So I'm expecting the scores to be a little bit lower than last week.
Yeah.
Because the alternating shot is definitely harder, and we cannot play true alternating shot because of the technology. There's no way to both players hit a drive, then pick one and alternate from there.
Yeah.
Like the technology just doesn't let us.
It's a first shot scramble, and the rest is alternating shot.
That's how you play normally on the regular course, but with this you can't do it. So we just truly alternates. One person gets to drive.
Whoever finishes the putt on the hole before, the other person drives on the next hole.
Yeah, and so what we did is Jack usually hits better drives than me when he's warmed up. And he was warmed up yesterday, so he hits.
Yeah, he was hitting for 45 minutes before we were done.
Yeah, because we thought we were going to start like 5:30. We didn't start till like 6:15.
Yep.
But he hits this first drive and fucking whiffs it. And I'm like, oh.
That's what happens. You have a good range session, then it
Yep.
just goes to shit.
Like we're in trouble. But we picked it up from there. I absolutely striped my 5-iron like 210.
Really?
It's the best shot I hit of the whole day was my first shot. But then we played pretty damn good. We had a couple of whiffs around the green, just like chipping it too short. Like we didn't fuck up our chips. We just misjudged the distance on the course and left it in the rough. But other than that, we played pretty damn good. So, and we have the worst team in the league this week. So
should be a bloodbath.
Yeah. So we're on the fast track to 3-0, baby.
So is there strategy in the alternating shot to where if you know that Jack cannot hit a fairway off the tee box, you might purposely leave a putt out of the gimme range so he has to finish it out and then you get to drive on the next hole?
So that did cross my mind, but my thought was, why waste a shot now to just gain the shot back? It's the
That's
net,
true.
it's the net same,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about doing that if it came down to it with Miles and I. But it's good to hear your perspective. You've already played.
Yeah, that's how I would play it. I mean, I would just play it straight up normal too. Like you can try to cheat the system and get the better person driving every time. But at the grand scheme of things, you're sacrificing a shot to just gain the exact same shot back.
And I would say you guys golfed really fast yesterday too. Like
It
you're
was
around
super
45
fast.
super
minutes.
fast.
We were done in 20 minutes.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Well, because think about it,
Yeah,
you're only
yeah.
hitting half the shots.
Yeah,
per
yeah.
nine.
You're only playing one score.
So
Yeah.
take a couple practice swings, Ryan. That's what immediately came.
It's not part of the
No.
routine though. I take one practice swing and I'm ready.
Yeah. See, I don't. When I'm on the simulator, I like it's
You
either,
take 12.
It's either that day I take 12 or that day I just take none. Like there's no in between. So I think I'm
I
just
think you
gonna
need to find a
take
happy
one.
medium.
Yeah, I think I do too. And I got the week
Do you
to
like
do
that
it.
piece of advice? I think you need to find a pre-shot routine. Even though
Oh.
I don't have one, I have wanted to have one, so I project on other people to get one. In like looking at myself from the outside in.
How
No, I
different is
don't.
your pre-shot routine in the simulator from the actual course? Because mine is wildly
Oh,
different.
it's 100%. Well, because I'm hitting off the same surface every time.
Yeah.
So when the ball is set up and ready to go on the launch monitor, I'm not fucking standing behind the ball. I mean, you're hitting into a screen.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I don't even know where I'm aiming.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hit it. And if it turns out good, it turns out good.
Also, advice in the simulator is way different than regular advice on the golf course too. Like, because the conditions are so different. Like you said, same shot every single time. Whereas like if someone's about to like wants to give me advice, like, well, on the course you're gonna want to aim right if the ball's below your feet or whatever. It's like none of that matters here. It's all about like just the same advice over and over again.
Okay. So that's a good point. What are some tips on the golf course that make you automatically roll your eyes? Because I can think of 3 right off the top of my head where if someone just out of nowhere says it, I'm like, no shit, buddy. I know how to read the spin of a golf
Yeah.
ball. And that brings me to my first one. So you slice one right off the tee. That one you really cut across your body.
Thanks.
Oh, no shit. Because the way the ball was spinning, it started left, went all the way across the fairway into the other fairway, which, hey, actually, if you're going to slice one off the tee,
Do it hard.
yeah,
Don't end up in between fairways. Get in the other one.
I think a great pre-shot routine is to figure out like where the best miss is. If the miss is right, because there's a fairway over there, and on the left there's just marsh and trees. I mean, let the shoulders fly and let that baby travel the other fairway. Because I mean, it can't get much better than that.
See, I'm just trying to hit it straight.
Tyler,
I just want to hit it in my own fairway.
we're going to be doing that for the rest of our lives.
I
We're going to
know.
be trying to hit it straight the rest
Yeah.
of our lives.
Sometimes we do it though, so don't plan to miss. That's the same as don't go left and
I
then
know.
you go left.
I know.
Like, I hope I don't go right, but if I do, I'll be safer. Then you're gonna go right.
Yeah. For me, the first one is cutting across the body. Of course. Weird. I didn't know I just cut across my body because I sliced it 50 yards into the other fairway. So
Yeah.
thanks for that. I'll make sure I don't cut across my body next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for that advice.
I think we should just knock this one out of the way. Like, keep your head down. We know we're supposed to keep our head down.
Yeah.
Like, and technically, when you get really good, you're not supposed to keep your head down.
Is that really it? Is that the truth? That
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Just to once you're like good at making contact with the ball every time, and you've got that muscle memory down, and yada yada yada,
yeah.
then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But right away when you start, it is good advice for beginners. Like, well, like I'm talking beginners.
Here's the thing about people who like they see a glimpse of hope in their golf game. They
Mhm.
may be like, they maybe shoot like an 89 or a 90 when they usually shoot like high 90s, low hundreds, and they're feeling good, right? They think they have unlocked something in their brain to where like, I know what I'm doing now. Those people, when they get out with someone else who is of a lesser caliber of them,
Mhm.
maybe shooting low to mid 100s, whatever. they automatically think that they're warranted to give advice. Well, you know, I just shot 89. I've unlocked all this potential in my head on the golf course. I can now start giving advice. The first one, they pick off the easiest things to tell other people. Hey, I think you really cut across your body on that one. God, you know, you really pulled your head on that.
Yep.
Or when you take a swing and you really yank your head, they go, stop. Look at where you're looking. Yeah, I understand that. I think that goes with any sport. Baseball, keep your head down. Eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball. Well, duh. I mean, who the fuck else am I looking at? My smoking hot wife in the stands? No, of course I'm looking at the ball.
Yeah.
It's they pick off the easiest pieces of advice when they see a glimmer of hope in their game because they think they can give that to other people.
Yeah. Right. And I'm not saying that you and I are elite golfers, Ryan.
No.
But we are to the point now where if someone tells me to keep my head down, I either already fucking know that I pulled my head, you don't need to tell me, or that's just not the case and they're just saying shit to say shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I also think this is a place where advice is warranted. If you play with somebody enough and you talk golf with somebody enough, odds are like, okay, Tyler, me and you, we play a lot together. We talk about golf a lot together. Typically when we're talking golf, I'm going to be telling you what I'm working on. And if you see me stray away, like during an actual round of what I'm working on, you're maybe going to give me a piece of advice. If I'm working on not cutting across my body and I cut across my body on the tee, you're like, yep, that one you cut across your body. I think that type of advice is warranted.
Well, if you're seeking it out, it's all warranted, right?
Well, and because based off our golf talk, God, I've been hammering the simulator and sweet shots and the range, just like trying to get away from cutting across my body. You know that's what I'm working on. I think that's a time when it's warranted.
Yeah.
But if you're golfing with someone new, maybe no advice is best advice.
Yeah, that's the key. No advice is the best advice when you're with someone you don't know.
And I think going out with like a first timer or someone who doesn't golf often, like if you are going to give advice, because I know it's hard not to sometimes. I think the best piece of advice is to be like, just focus on making good contact. Doesn't matter where the ball goes, because we've seen how many fucking variables go into a swing.
Yeah.
Just work on making good contact. All that other shit can come after you know how to make good contact on the face of the club.
Yeah. The one piece of advice that really, really makes me roll my eyes is when someone tells me, hey, never leave a birdie putt short.
Oh, that is because it's not even really that true.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'll just send it 8 feet past the hole then, just to make sure I don't leave it short. Get that shit out of my head. Don't tell me that right before I'm about to hit my birdie putt.
I don't understand the logic behind that one either. Like, what is the logic of never leaving a birdie putt short?
It's because if you leave something short, you never have a chance to make it. If you hit it long, you can still catch the cup. It's like, give yourself a chance, put it in play type of situation. But I would also don't want to send it off the fucking green.
Oh, never leave a birdie putt short. Oh, yeah, no. Fuck, I thought the hole was 2 feet in front of where it actually is.
Thank God you said that. I was just going to breathe on it.
Maybe it's not leaving a putt short.
I'm playing the slope.
Yeah, just misread the distance.
The read in my head, it doesn't even come down and leave it short. It comes down to the read. So the advice there, again, if you're going to give it, but probably don't, it's not just pussyfooting it up to the hole. It's just the read itself. We're just not as good as reading greens as some other people.
Yeah. Like
that's the issue right there.
And they act like I'm going to leave it 6 feet short. Like if I leave a birdie putt an inch short, I don't feel bad about that.
No.
Like, yeah, it
That's
sucks.
a tap in.
I wish I would have got that birdie, but thank God I didn't send it 4 feet past and then have a potential to miss my putt again.
Okay, now what does really suck is when the line is perfect and you do leave it short.
Yes, I agree. It sucks, but it's better than blazing it by because you don't want to leave your birdie putt shut. Jesus Christ, I can't speak to that. Because you don't want to leave your birdie putt short.
One thing that really sucks about just blowing one by, especially if it's an uphill putt, then God damn it, you got to come back downhill. And that sucks. So on uphill putts, I'm more likely to leave them short than I am to blow them by.
Yeah. I would also say that there is the benefit of leaving a putt short is that you already get to see what the line looks like on the way up. Right? Like if you leave a putt short, you get to see what it looks like the whole way in.
You also get to, but on the flip side of it, if you put it past, you also get to see the line past.
Regardless, you see the line.
Well, that's fair, but you also get to see less of it. If you leave it short, fuck, you're right, dude. I didn't really think that one through.
Hey, a great hack for like a 4-man scramble is if you can, like, I don't know, pick your tee time. If it's super early in the morning, a little bit of dew on the greens.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a putt preview from PGA Tour 2K23 that the dew leaves on the green after that first putt.
Yeah, I will say one of my proudest moments as a golfer, being a terrible putter, is being able to be the team player and give the line the first one in the scramble.
Yeah, it's great.
Everyone's got to know their role. The line guy is an important role.
Yeah,
very important.
It is one of my favorite roles to play.
And you got to find, it takes the right person too. It's got to be someone that's not too proud. It's like, it's okay. I'm fine being the guinea pig, knowing that I'm probably not going to make this putt, but because I'm going to miss it, someone else has a better chance of making it.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of straying away from things, but we're talking 4-man scrambles again.
We're back.
But I love nothing more than when the entire group is aware that the order of the shots need to be switched up.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we got to switch something up here. I'm going to go first. You go second, third, fourth, whatever. Even on the greens. But if you're hot, you cannot stray away from that order.
It's like superstition when watching a football game. Everyone's got to stay in the same seat if the team's playing well. It's the same as a scramble. Everybody's got to stay in the same order if the team is playing well. And then everyone's got to know their roles. Like you've got the putt guy, you've got the play it safe guy, you've got the guy that's smacking the iron. So you're like, let's give him the best lie type of situation.
Okay, and to dial that even more, on the greens in a 4-man scramble, the first guy is the line guy. He probably doesn't expect to make that putt, but he's going to give everyone else the line. And I'll tell you what, when they hit potentially the worst putt of their lives and they don't give you the line, there's nothing worse than that.
Then
now you're down
totally
a guy. Totally
giving them shit.
You're down a guy.
Yeah.
The first guy is the line guy. The second guy is the confirmation guy. That guy's confirming the first guy's line to see whether that's right or not.
Yeah, like maybe first guy got the pacing wrong a little bit. Second guy like, all right, I'm going to take a little bit off, hit that same line just to check.
The third guy is like, the third guy should be the guy who makes the putt.
Yeah.
And if he, for some reason, like misreads it or just mishits it, the fourth guy's the clutch guy.
Fourth guy's already seen 3 of these putts go towards that hole. He better be fucking close.
Cleanup, putting in a scramble is the hardest job, especially if all 3 guys miss before you.
Potentially the hardest position in golf is the cleanup guy.
Yeah.
On the greens in a 4-man scramble. Now, when the fourth guy makes a putt after the other 3 have missed, there's no better piece of camaraderie for a team when that guy sinks one. Now, when that guy misses one, that may be, I think it's on the first 3 guys. If that guy misses one, yes, he has the clutch gene in his body, but that ain't on him. That's on the other 3.
It's the best cop-out if you are the cleanup guy, too. Just be like, well, you guys missed, too.
You guys all gave me 3 different lines. What am I supposed to do with that?
Well, I think it's a good time then to maybe switch the order up on the green.
Yeah. Also, on the flip side, it's super electric, too, when the guy that's first, just your average Joe line guy, actually makes the putt. It's fucking sweet. You're like, hell yeah, everybody put your putters back.
Because then the confidence is through the roof.
One of my favorite lines in a scramble, if I'm like batting 3rd or 4th or whatever, and I'm putting well that day, it's like, oh, you got it, Jake. I'm not bringing my putter. You're going to make it.
I'm just going to stay in the cart.
Yep.
It's a great line.
And I mean, think of the confidence that gives the guy on the green who's putting.
Or it's like, or you go on the flip side of that, right? Jake, you better make it. I'm not getting out of the cart.
I am not moving.
Yep.
I'm not moving out of this cart. I'll see you guys at the next tee box.
Also, when you get like, say you're playing a par 3 and your second shot or your third shot is right up next to the hole and you only have to send one guy up there because it's just a tap in.
Yeah, go clean that up quick.
Go clean that up. Oh,
it's
the perfect,
best, dude. Back to the negative side of golf. Eye rolling tips. If I heel a ball, like I clearly either like snap one left or again, slice it 50 yards across fairway. If I hit one right off the heel and someone says, yeah, I think you just need to back off the ball a little bit. Like maybe back up your stance a tad. Oh, no shit. It wasn't just a weird coincidence that I hit one off the heel. Now it's where I'm lining up. Okay. Again, this brings me back. Maybe I should just work on making better ball contact.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not the stance. Maybe it is. I don't know. But that advice coming from your playing partner or someone else, don't do it.
If you're hitting it off the heel, I think you probably just didn't keep your head down.
God damn it, Tyler.
Now, you know what they need to they need to implement something so people are more aware of golfing advice. Maybe before a round, there's a little fucking whiteboard on the outside of your golf cart. And it just said at the top, it just says advice needed. And you can put your bullet points in there for your playing partner to be like, oh, okay, you know, he's really he's working on cutting it across his body. So if he does that, I'll tell him.
So I see you fuck up and I have to go check the list before I say anything.
I mean, you look at the list before the tee box number one.
Here we are, classic Breakfast Ball podcast. We're making up inventions that just don't need to be invented whatsoever. You can just tell Tyler, hey man, I'm working on this stuff.
Well, I mean, the more I talk about it, the more I get in my head about it, right?
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, the more you literally have to go back and read that list every time you get a club.
Yeah.
Fuck, you pull his head. What does the board say? What's the whiteboard? Fuck, you didn't
Ryan, keep your head down.
Or it's like phrases to not tell me during this round.
Yeah.
Keep your head down.
Yeah.
Jake, which ones make you roll your eyes?
My least favorite one is my like tee height, like how high I'm teeing the ball up, right? Because it relatively is mostly personal feel, right? Like depends on the size of your clubs and all that stuff, right?
Especially if it's the first tee. Someone's like, really? You're gonna tee it up that high, huh?
It's like, yeah, I am. Cause that's how I teed up the ball pretty low compared to most people.
I don't know, Jake. I've literally seen you flop shot with a driver.
Yeah.
Flop shot, 40 yards.
Yeah, that's because I'm standing too close to it though. Maybe tell me to back up and I won't hit it as high. No, I've been teeing it up really low lately, and I've been getting nothing but comments about like, "What? You really? That's the tee you're going to be using on this?"
He's been using the par 3 tee.
Yeah. Do you remember when it was 2 podcasts ago? I talked about Jake's 2 best drives he's ever hit, and they were on the wrong 9.
Yeah, it's because I brought the tee
because
down.
right before I'm like, Jake, just use it. You kept fucking getting under. I'm like, just use a shorter tee.
Tyler,
and then he did, and then he hit the 2 best drives of his entire life.
And I've been continuing to use that tee, and I haven't even hit a drive over 250 cents. So
the advice that makes you roll your eyes is the advice that led to the 2 best drives you've ever hit.
Okay, first of all, they weren't the 2 best drives.
Yes, they have.
I've hit a couple over 300 before.
Both of those should have been 320, but you hit the sand on one and the rough on the other.
I just haven't been able to hit that same drive again.
Yeah, it's because I haven't been here to give you advice.
Holy.
And it wasn't even advice, it was just me annoyed that Jay kept hitting it straight up above his head. And it's like, just use a lower tee, my guy.
I mean, the worst part is when you know what someone is doing wrong and they continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they're not self-diagnosing it themselves to fix the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you guys could say a lot about my swing because I'm a 26 handicap about.
I would say I know that's the max for our league, but I think that's probably accurate for you.
Yeah, I went out and I shot a 97 last week on a simulator round, which is 26 on the nuts, isn't it?
Something like that.
But is that how it's, again, I don't know how it's calculated.
We do know how it's calculated. If you hit that 8 times out of 20, then yeah, that's your 26.
That's about what I golf, is a 90, high 90s.
Sure. My last phrase of eye rolling advice is iron shots, wedge shots, chip shots, whatever. Hey man, just make sure you hit ball first. What is that? Because I just chunked the ball 20 yards in front of me?
Is that because I hit 1 foot in front of my ball, dragged my club through the dirt, and barely actually scraped the ball itself? Thank you for that.
Wait, so the best way to take divots is to hit ball first? Fuck, I thought it was to hit 6 feet behind the ball, drag your club like a fucking gopher from Caddyshack all the way up to it, and then basically just flip it up as hard as you can.
It's all wrists, baby.
Yeah.
I understand I need to hit ball first. Yeah. Thank you for that comment, though.
I mean, any sport that has a ball that needs to be striked in any way, you need to hit the ball first. There is not a sport where you are purposely hitting the ground before you hit the
cricket,
ball.
actually. Cricket got you on that one, Tyler.
No, the bat does not hit the ground first.
Fuck, you're right, dude.
It is the most generic, obvious advice of all time. Like, I know that there's more golf meaning to that than there is like other sports. But in what sport? Tell me a single sport where you're not supposed to hit the ball first.
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't. It's the most obvious shit. Yeah, you got to hit the fucking ball.
It is quite literally the whole purpose of golf, to hit the ball, actually.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, just only.
And then dig the club in.
Imagine if someone told you that off your drive. Ah, you got to get ball first, buddy.
Actually, you should probably tell me that sometimes, Tyler.
You take a divot with your driver.
Divots with the driver are something else.
They are hilarious.
Because you don't even need to tell anybody what just happened.
Yep.
It's more so of like, I think everyone can laugh.
Everybody
at
knows
that.
immediately.
Because if you're hitting the ground and then the ball off of the tee, in which you have full control on how high you want to tee that thing up. I mean, you could literally get a fucking wooden dowel, dig that bitch into the ground, and baseball swing it off the tee. I mean, you have that option if you absolutely want it.
Jersey day in my Ken Griffey Jr. jersey.
Yeah.
I'll be doing that.
100%.
Give me a baseball team.
And it's like,
Jake, I think you should start like putting your ball like on the ground and then stomping on it so that when you do take your divot with your driver, you still get contact with the ball.
Good contact. Fuck. Yeah. No.
there's a lot of, as you could tell, a lot of sarcastic voices going on. Like, oh, no shit. I really need to keep my head down.
Yeah. I have one more.
Oh, okay. Go on.
That's going to be pretty surprising, considering where my game shines and where my game struggles. And it's very contextual. It has to be in the right context for me to roll my eyes at this. It is drive for show, putt for dough. I will roll my eyes at that if it's somebody that is hitting their fucking drives into the trees. Yeah, but imagine how much better you'd play if you hit a fairway once in your life.
Now, is that a piece of advice?
Yeah, it's just telling you to stop worrying about your drives and worry about your short game. I mean, to me, I will take that advice to heart when I don't need to hit it a mile. But if I'm hitting it 40 yards left and 40 yards right, I need to drive for dough here.
Yeah.
It's going to take me 4 shots to get out of the trees, guys.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if I go up and down for a 9.
Okay, I do really like that line, though.
I know.
But I think it's only after you make a good putt.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the only time I roll my eyes is like when people are saying that are shanking it into trees. Like if you hit it OB, you got to start driving for some dough.
Yeah.
Take out your 3-wood and just start putting it 200 down the middle. Like it's a distance thing. If their accuracy is a problem, then you're gonna have to start driving for dough, guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
It doesn't matter if you 1 putt for an 8. If it took you 7 strokes to get there, it doesn't matter if you're the best putter in the world.
Those days where you're driving for dough and putting for dough are the fucking best.
We need to change the phrase, Ryan, to drive for dough, putt for dough.
Yeah. Or putt for show. Just sink 60 footers all day.
I'm trying to think of another O word. I can't though.
Me
How about
either.
we just double it up? How about every fucking shot that you're hitting is for money? It's for that dough.
It's for straight
for
cash.
racking up that cash.
Mhm.
Because I guarantee a lot of people of you listening right now are playing for dough.
Mm-hmm.
And every shot matters, meaning every shot is for dough.
Yes. So that also includes your drives, guys. If you're hitting your drives into the woods, you're not driving for dough.
And driving for show is putting yourself in a long drive competition with the people you're playing with.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But driving for dough is like, let's just put one 250 down the middle.
Yeah.
How about it?
That would be great.
250 down the pipe. And then sinking even a 10 footer. Because the percentage of making a 10 footer is not as high as you expect, even on the tour. So how about we put one 250 down the middle and then we make a 10-footer for par to win the hole? How about it?
Deal.
Dry for dough, putt for dough. It's all about the dough.
Yeah. And the best advice of all time that anyone can get or give
Is
is have a beer.
Yep. I'm in on that.
buddy.
That's my go-to
Hey, buddy.
advice.
Have a beer.
Have a beer.
I think what's going on? Why am I just maybe have a drink, man?
Dude, put one down.
Relax a little bit.
Maybe you're too hydrated. Maybe you need to dehydrate
Yeah,
yourself.
seriously.
Yeah.
You got too much water running
Stop
through your
drinking
veins.
water and wipe that sunscreen off.
I speaking of have a beer, the one time you told me that Pine to Palm, I'm in for the year. The suspension is over and I'm in this year.
You're back.
I've already started visualizing in my head, taking my boy. I hope I get grouped up for qualifying with my boy Tom, who beat me 4-3
Tom, you're on our
2
shit
years
list.
ago. I hope I get grouped up with him, and I hope I get to play him in match play again. Because I'm already starting to visualize in my sleep what that's gonna look like. I'll go 5-4.
This tournament is 9 months away.
Yeah.
Visualization is key.
Also, a couple episodes ago, we talked about New Year's resolutions. And last year, both of you guys had resolutions about playing in the Pine to Palm, and none of that.
Well, we
I couldn't though. I was suspended for a year.
They
Yeah.
gave me, I signed up like a day late. So I was on a waiting list, 17 deep. And I'm like, I'm not getting in. And then they call me 3 days before my wedding. They're like, yeah, you can be in if you want. I'm like, well, I fucking can't now.
Wedding
Married,
can't.
ball
wedding.
and chain.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So it's their fault, not ours, Jake.
Okay.
We're gonna take a quick break. As we take a break, I want you to think through a little bit. What pieces of advice are you giving your buddies that are unwarranted and that maybe shouldn't be given to your buddies? Also, what pieces of advice are you receiving that you just need to send a text out to the group chat and be like, if any of you fuckers say this to me on the course this year, you're done.
Dead to
I'm
me.
kicking you out of the group. Be right
Keep your head
back.
down, guys.
All right, guys, before we get into the next segment,
New sponsor alert.
wow,
Holy shit.
it
dude.
feels so good
It does.
to have a company like this. Someone who we basically looked at the tagline and we're like, Tyler, is this you? Yep. Ryan, is this you? Yep. Union Green.
Union Green.
Union
baby.
Green Golf with the tagline always in play.
Always in play is such a good tagline.
It's also just such a good way to approach the game. Hit one off the heel, slice one into the trees. Doesn't matter.
That's in
It's
play.
always
I'm
in
not
play.
taking a drop ever.
There are no OB lines in our world.
Is my ball sitting 3 inches into the mud on the bank of a water hazard that should technically be OB? Wrong. Always in play.
It's always in play, baby, with Union Green. Union Green, newest sponsor of the Double Bogey Show. And another reason that we love Union Green, number one, the merch that we're wearing right now.
Yep.
The hats. I'm a big time rope hat guy. I'm a hat guy in general. I'm a fucking t-shirt guy, for Christ's sakes. And I love wearing this stuff. Tyler's got the dad hat on because he's a more seasoned dad than I am. Eventually I'll be into that that aspect of fatherhood. I'll be wearing dad hats.
Yes.
But the best thing of all, Tyler, go on.
The poor caddy. Look at this piece of ingenuity. I'm going to take yours because my cups are out. All right. Looks like a general regular ass coffee mug.
It kind of
right?
looks like a bigger, like a Stanley mug almost,
Yeah,
without the handle.
It's like a tumbler. Like
Yeah.
Marshall sees this. Oh yeah, his homie's brought his coffee, or
Yeah,
he filled up coffee in the clubhouse.
ice water in there.
Wrong. Look at this. Bottom unscrews, right? Oh, yeah, just another little glass. Wrong again. Shot glasses in the bottom. Lay those bad boys out. This top filled with liquor. Little spout thingy. There's your birdie juice, baby.
The top part, like the reservoir of the pour caddy, is water resistant. So you're actually not allowed to put water in there.
Yeah.
Under our
Yeah.
terms anyway. You're not, it's water resistant. We'll just put it that way. You're not allowed to put anything but booze in the pour caddy when it comes to the Double Bogey Show.
Yeah, you could like put a pop in there if you want like a mix.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either.
Yeah.
But the pour caddy is sweet because you always have a little bit of birdie juice in the bag, in the cup holder, wherever you want. The nice little stainless steel spout that comes off the top. Perfect pour. Whatever the birdie juice of choice that day is going to fit perfectly into the pour caddy.
I actually got Grandpa Dave one for Christmas, so we're gonna break that bad boy out. Grandpa Dave,
And I can tell you what's going to be in G Dave's pour caddy. Fireball.
Yes, he's got a bottle of Fireball in his bag with 4 sticky, disgusting shot glasses. Because every time we get a birdie, Grandpa, for some reason, doesn't want to take pulls out of the bottle. If it's just me and him, maybe. But I get it when there's a bunch of people. You don't want to be taking pulls out of the bottle, swapping germs.
Well, the thing about the pull out of the bottle, too, sorry to cut you off, but it's not as much of a social aspect. If you have 4 shot glasses lined up, you can all take them at one time. If you're taking pulls, it's an individual game at that point.
Yeah, yep. There's no camaraderie in it. But Grandpa, pouring a shot out of the bottle, you can do it cleanly. But not when you've had 18 birdies already.
Correct.
And then you spill on your seat. You've got Fireball over your seat. You got it on the outside of your shot glasses. You got it on the outside of the bottle. You put it back in your bag. Your bag gets all fucking sticky and your bag starts smelling like booze. And the marshal can sniff that on the first tee. Put it in here. It's clean. You're drunk and you're having fun.
Also, when you hit the water cup station, it's a great time to wash those babies out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little house cleaning on your part. I know we're getting older. We take more responsibility in that stuff. We don't want sticky shit laying all around. You hit the water cup station, wash those shot glasses out, get them ready for the next round, for the next group, whatever it may be. Tyler, you want to talk about some budget-friendly, solid hitting golf balls?
Yeah, I'll juggle that question.
The tee drop, the pin bird, the Union Green custom golf balls.
They're like $20 for how many? 24?
A dozen. You can
Let's
literally
fucking go.
What I think this is hearsay coming from my end. I think you could maybe get a box of Union Green balls for cheaper than a dozen eggs.
Maybe.
And I'll tell you what, these balls hopefully are going to last you more than a dozen eggs will.
And even if they don't, you didn't break the bank on them anyway.
Exactly.
The thing that I like about them, they're not trying to trick you with some fancy fucking words.
No.
It's just a good golf ball.
Yeah, we've been using them in the simulator for
Exclusively. We've had
That's all we've been using.
thankfully Union Green sent us about 1,000 golf balls. So if we run out of those, I don't think we're worthy of a sponsorship at this point.
Especially on a simulator.
The problem is we've actually lost a few on the simulator.
They get lodged up in the stuffing or whatever.
Yeah, we got some underneath the bar. Yeah, but
they're all over the place.
Yep. Yeah, Union Green, guys, go check them out. UnionGreen.com.
All right, guys. New sponsor. It's a new chapter. Love new chapters.
Love it ringing in the new year with some new pals, some new friends.
Yes, feels really good.
Some new balls.
New chapter of today's podcast.
My balls are getting gross, man. I needed new balls bad.
Tyler. All right.
What are we
It took us 120 episodes for me to make a nutsack joke.
That is true.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah.
What are we rolling into for segment 2?
We're going to roll into the most underrated things on the golf course.
Union Green golf balls.
Nice, Tyler.
Can attest to that. On top of that, I already talked in the Union Green ad read. I already talked about the water cup station.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I will tell you, I'm not always using the water cup station. But for our convenience, when it is there, even if I don't take a glass of water, it's still an elite thing that they have implemented onto golf courses. And they take it even more serious when it's a hot day out. So they know that when you're coming to their course and paying their green fees, that they're going to keep you hydrated and they're going to do everything that they can to make sure that you guys are not, fucking booze hounds out there getting dehydrated.
I swear, though, that Bobby Boucher, the fucking water boy, is running these coolers because it doesn't matter if it's 98 degrees and that water has been sitting out there for 6 hours. It is always ice cold. I don't get it.
It's the most mind-boggling thing. Tyler, I remember you and I, when we went golfing in Nashville earlier this year, we left Fargo in like March. So it's 55 degrees out. We jumped straight to Nashville where it was like 85, 90 degrees. And we were sweating our asses off that whole week.
Before we teed off.
Before we even teed off. And that was the coldest, it was unbelievable how refreshing that water down there was.
We were like literally having like a spiritual experience because Jake and I were in a car together. Miles was off and Jake and I are both just dragging ass, hung over from Nashville stuff.
Not to brag, you guys were in Nashville.
Yeah, it was really fun, Ryan. You should come next time.
NTB.
You should.
So I'm at one point my head is just under the spout.
Yeah.
You're literally doing keg stands at the water cooler.
Pretty much. And I don't get how they keep it so cold. I understand it's in a cooler, but shit still melts in a cooler, and it had to have been out there all fucking day.
Oh, 100%. We were golfing at high noon probably,
Mm-hmm.
and that water had been out there all day.
For me, it's not even the temperature of the water. Like, I love what you guys are saying about it being ice cold, but for me, it's the cone cups.
The cone, it does hit different out of those.
What other aspect of your life are you drinking out of cone cups?
Just that.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Maybe
I don't even know if they. I think they're just clubhouse exclusives. Like, you can only buy them if you are a clubhouse that owns a golf course.
They steal them from the snow cone guy down the road. That's probably where they get it.
Snow cones, but I haven't had one of those in ages.
True.
Yeah.
So
I think snow cones are dying, dude.
I agree.
Sad. They should have a snow cone station next to the water station
That'd be
on
kinda
courses.
sick,
That would be elite.
Except we wouldn't be able to use the cones. They don't fit in a cup holder.
I mean, I think I've said this before. They should have food trucks at the turn. Like, you get a different food
Yeah.
truck. You're supporting local business. You're having some good food out there. I don't know. It's just a party scene.
It is so incredibly satisfying to slug like 8 of those little cone cups. You got water dripping down your
Yep.
chin, and you just crush the cup in your hand. Why does it? It's
Through
like
the fingers.
it's like touch ASMR in
Yeah.
your hand.
I'll tell you what, though. You like stay away from the tip of that cone because that sucker will cut you. They are
Really?
sharp. I don't know.
I was about
They're
to say.
sharp.
Also, you feel because a cone is way smaller than an actual glass. You feel great about having 3 glasses
Yeah.
of water.
Yeah.
when
I
you get to that
I had
station.
3 glasses today. It's probably only equal to like 6 ounces.
Yeah,
But at
probably.
the same time, you had 3 glasses.
It feels way better.
So mentally, you're way more hydrated than you actually are.
Absolutely. And these golf courses unknowingly are putting out the greatest shot glasses for free out onto the golf course.
Yes.
Could use them as shot glasses too.
Yep.
Yeah, you could. Paper,
It's almost
disposable.
like it's basically an upside down birthday hat
Yeah, without a string.
without a string.
Actually, did you guys ever do this? Like maybe as a kid growing up.
No,
But
probably not.
You just take like a water or something like that, and you just pour it on your head, and then maybe
Put
on
your
your
hat.
hat.
You
and
pour it
then
in your hat and then put your hat back on.
The
the
Oh, yeah.
best. I need to start
Baseball.
doing that on the golf course.
I used to do that when I was like picking rock and stuff, like farming. I would just dunk my hat in the water and put it on my head, and it would just like slowly
Yeah.
drip down your back.
Yep.
It's the best.
I
Yeah.
need to start
baseball
doing that
time.
in golf, man.
You can. I'm not going to.
I mean, you got to already
can.
be sweaty, or because if it's like a normal like 65-degree day and you're just drenched, you're gonna look weird.
Yeah,
as
that's
hell.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
that's
this guy you fucking sweating or what? You gonna need some antiperspirant or what's going on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say another really underrated thing on the golf course is not just a porta john every 3 holes, but when they actually have
Yeah.
the full standalone shitter and all that, like
Okay.
brick building.
Tyler, I was gonna wait for you to go, but Jake, I need to piggyback off this. One of my other most underrated things on the golf course was nice clubhouse shitters.
Mm-hmm. Just
Because-
nice bathrooms in general, because it's a roll of the dice with golf courses what you're gonna get as far as restrooms.
Especially the courses we play.
Yeah.
And that's that's one perk of showing up a little bit early to your tee time.
Mhm.
If you get a couple butterflies in your tummy, you get a little nervous walking up to the first tee, you might have to blow that thing out of the water.
Dude, the worst tee time in all of golf is 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning, because everybody before you is hungover. They stopped at the gas station for a breakfast burrito.
Right, 5-hour energy and a breakfast burrito.
Yep, they got a cup of coffee in them, and they got to get the demons out before they hit the tee. So if you roll in at 10:30, you know that no one's been in that bathroom to maintenance yet, and you are walking into a war zone.
Oh, 100%.
There's no better feeling either than walking in and having an open stall.
Yes.
When they're both taken, I mean, you know the intentions of the other people. They're in the same exact spot as you are. However, they planned their day out a little bit better. They got to the shitter before you did.
Yeah, I'm just skipping it. I'm holding it.
Oh,
at
I'm
that
not.
Point.
I have to spray paint
Nah,
the porcelain
I'm waiting
before
for,
the first tee, dude.
I'm waiting for the turn or the first available porta shitter.
What does kind of suck though is like most clubhouses are single ply TP ass
Mhm.
single ply TP ass bleed. That's a little Dicky. That's a little Dicky line from Save That Money.
nice.
Single ply TP. Careful. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you're, I mean, if you, things get messy and you're wiping a little too hard, that's not going to feel great on the first tee box.
No, it won't.
Maybe have a little like a little bit of lotion in there to be able to.
Might have to wear
that baby
2 gloves the rest of the round.
Yes. That's why I'm against I will only go to a porta potty if I have to piss. Not if I have to shit. I'm holding that son of a bitch in.
I'll do a hover.
Really?
You know how I am with toilet seats. I don't like them.
You've hovered?
Mm-hmm. You just kind of like a half-ass wall sit.
How are your quads not on fire?
I was going to say.
I'm pretty fucking strong.
Why not just put single ply TP?
Because then your butt slides off.
And if you're a little bit sweaty, that shit
and then it sticks to your butt.
Yeah, and then when you peel it off, it's like not peeling. It's like a sticker that like
the paper-based sticker.
Could leave some residue too. Yeah.
God, I'm just avoiding it at all costs. If I get past the point of like, all right, I held it in long enough and now I can just move on, it's not coming back.
Yeah.
So I'm either blowing out the clubhouse bathroom, which I'm sure a lot of us are doing, or I'm just not going at all.
Yeah. To get us off potty talk. One thing that I think is super underrated, and I don't know if this was a COVID invention or not, but I love that little tray thing that they put at the bottom of the pin.
Yeah.
So when your ball goes in the cup, and if you leave the pin in, you just hit that thing and your ball pops out.
That is great, but the ball doesn't pop out far enough for you to catch it.
If you do it right.
You still have to bend down and grab it off the ground.
No, if you do it right, you can get it to you. And the best is you hit it with your putter and catch it in your hand.
Well, I have putter integrity. I'm not trying to scratch my putter on.
Yeah, I probably won't anymore.
It's usually like a steel
a hook. Yep.
Yeah. What do Tyler, in the Bible,
a crook, a shepherd's crook.
Shepherd. Yeah. Yes. Shepherd's crook.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things. Snap that baby up, but it doesn't fly high enough for you to catch it.
I think you're doing it wrong, because I was going to say the reason I love it so much is not because of ease of getting my ball. It's because if you do it right and you make a sick putt, you walk over there, you fucking flick that thing up with your foot real good, and you just catch it and walk off the green.
So you're a pin in guy then.
Yeah, and you know this about me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of in the middle, pin in, pin out. If pins out, you don't get that opportunity.
I'm the least amount of effort type of guy, and the least amount of effort is leave the pin in.
During COVID, I think it was always pin in.
It was,
and it was like there was like fucking
the pool
noodles. On it.
Which I think this returner thing was a COVID invention, so that you didn't have to like
touch the flag.
Yeah, you use your foot to get it out.
Yeah, or we did a video with that putter where you just stick the putter in the hole, you snag the ball and bring it back out. But you
gotta take the pin out for that guy.
Yeah, it is kind of a cool invention though. I will give you that. There's a guy who made a lot of money off that, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Or it was just every individual like maintenance shed made them for them.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
I genuinely, if I get to the first green and I see that little hook coming off the bottom of the pin, I'm like, hell yeah.
It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, I'm going to sink this putt. I'm going to flip it up. I'm going to catch it. And I'm going to walk back with my dick hanging on the ground.
It would be kind of cool if there was like an automatic ball returner. You know, if you like on the putting mats, some of them, if you hit it into the hole, it'll like pop it back to you. If it was like pressure censored at the bottom of the hole. So even if pins out, when it hits the bottom of the hole, it shoots it back up in the air.
Fun fact, I have one of those in my office.
Oh yeah.
It's a prank toy. So like if you're the guy that pulls the pin, you're supposed to sneak this in. It's called the ejecta putt.
Okay.
So you're supposed to sneak it into the hole while your buddy's like lining up his shot or something, and you're the pin guy. And so when their putt goes in, it shoots it back out and like rolls away.
I like that. It's kind of like when someone, someone goes up for a layup after the whistle, and a guy on defense just like sticks his hand through the net and pushes the ball back up. Like, get that shit out of here. Basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's an ejecta basket.
We got to get that thing out.
Yeah. I just haven't thought. I need a good I need to know there will be distractions. So it needs to be like, I should have done it the Big Irv scramble. It'd have been pretty funny, I think.
Yeah, we'll shoot a video with it. Yeah, do it leave it for the group behind it. It's cheap enough to where you just fucking leave it.
The problem is you can't put the pin in with it in there.
So
it's got to be to mess with your buddies. Like you're the guy taking the pin on, and you're just like sneakily put, or like if your ball's next to the hole and you need to mark it, you like pop it out of your pocket and like sneaky
Sure.
put it in there.
Yeah. I mean, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Another underrated thing on the golf course for me is nice bunker rakes. And I'm not talking the flat handled regular bunker rakes. I'm talking about the handles that are curved at the end.
That are like 8 feet long.
Yes. So, I mean, ergonomically friendly. Is that the word we're trying to think of?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah. The L-shaped, like curved rakes around the bunkers. Now, granted, they do when you put them back down on the ground, they do stick up a little bit. But the odds of us hitting a rake going into the bunker, I mean, I'd rather hit a rake going into a bunker.
Actually, if you put it down with just the tip, like you know the curved end down, it's up off the ground, so you can sneak
slide
through
right
it.
under. But also, hey, maybe I want to hit that.
Yeah,
rake, keep
then
me
you
out of
just
the bunker.
flip it over on the other side.
It just feels so good. It reminds me of when we had to rake the baseball field when I was younger. Those rakes sucked. They were just flat handles.
Yes.
But you tend to just do a way better job when it's a nice rake.
Especially because you don't have to be in the sand raking, and then you're raking the holes your feet make. You can do it from the edge and reach across the whole bunker.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing is more awkward than doing that little shuffle walking out of the bunker.
You're just like, you're kind of looking behind you, make sure you're like retracing your steps.
Yeah.
It's always the worst when you get your main setup and hit spot raked. And then you start raking like to the side of you a little bit, but your footsteps are not being raked coming out of the bunker. And then you got to go back in, retrace your steps, rake it again.
It's a whole song and dance. Literally, you look like you're dancing in there, just going back and forth.
But yeah, I look forward to being in the bunker when there's nice rakes around it.
Well, we spend enough time there, so
yeah,
better get comfy.
That's why I recognize it more than other people, is because I mean, I've gotten a lot of experience, a lot of vacations for me on the golf course.
Yeah, a lot of beach vacations.
Correct.
I would say another really underrated thing on the golf course is shaded tee boxes.
Oh yeah,
like
it is a nice little reprieve.
It is, because you spend a good amount of time on the tee box, you know, waiting for everybody to tee off, and when there's shade
18
there,
times to be exact.
Thank you, Ryan. When you got a little bit of shade there, it is the best. However, one big downside to a shaded tee box is that when you do tee off, and if your buddies are not that great at keeping their eyes on your ball, the second that ball goes from shade to sun, shadows, gonna lose it in the air. So a little bit of a caveat
worth it though.
there.
It's worth it.
100%.
Look, imagine like you just played a long par 5 with 0 trees. It's a Link Styles course. There's about 12 trees on the entire course. You get to the next tee box, and there's a big old oak tree cover and everything. It's like a 20-degree difference.
Yeah.
It's just instantly. I think you're just a fan of shade.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But the little break in between, like at Cottonwood, we always golf that golf course, and some of the tee boxes on there are ridiculously shady.
Oh, yeah. I know the ones that are surrounded by pine trees on the west side.
Yeah.
Cottonwood?
Yeah.
Yeah, over in Castleton. I do love the trees that have little acorns on them. Are those acorn trees? Oak trees.
Yep.
When they're starting to fall later in the summer, and you like start hearing shit, you're wondering if like balls are being sprayed at you in the trees.
I
like that.
I think oak trees are just underrated, because I love when I'm fucking around at the tee box waiting for people, and you just start chipping acorns and pine cones and shit.
Yeah, chipping acorns off the tee box could not be a better pre-shot practice routine.
Just gets your mind right.
Yeah.
Why is it so soothing?
It just makes them
because typically if there's no trees, like you're just hitting maybe like broken tees or shit. That's not as fun, because if you hit the corner of a tee, it's gonna, you can't get an accurate shot with a broken tee. Acorn, I mean, damn near perfectly circle. You can get a great read on ball striking, on club face angle, on club path angle. I mean, people are underestimating the practice you can get with acorns off the tee box.
Or I'm going to start teeing up acorns, I think. Just behind, start teeing them up, see where I wind up.
You probably won't.
No,
yeah, that was
you won't do that. One thing,
I like it though. Pine cones. Pine cones, another good one.
Pine cones are fun. I love exploding pine cones.
The elongated ones stink.
I think they're fun though, because they're crispier. They break. If you hit it right, it just explodes.
Hit it right off the end, and basically compress it to where it just explodes.
Yep.
The more round ones, which are like harder material, it's almost like a soft wood. Those ones are fun.
You mentioned the tees. hitting the tees. That is my next underrated thing. I love it when I walk up to a tee box and they got the little box for tees. Like all of the broken tees.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, they put them in that little box for people. That is like the epitome of what we are. We're cheap assholes, but we like the hunt, right? But it's so much nicer to go there and you got a little selection. Like, this is a par 3 here. I could use that long tee there. I could actually maybe save this for the next hole. It's long enough for me. I love having that little box there. I get pumped and I like sifting through it like I'm at a fucking rummage sale or something.
There are some hidden gems in there.
Oh, yeah.
There are people overlooking the bottom of that tee box. On the other side of the spectrum, there are the really nice tees that you can see deep in the ground.
Yeah.
And you try and pick them out, but those suckers are lodged. It's almost like someone poured Quikrete in that hole.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now I know why they left it.
And you got to like dig the fingernails around, and then the fingernails get all full of dirt, and you're wondering like, how many seconds should I actually spend on trying to get this tee out of the ground?
Yeah.
I'm probably spending a good 10 seconds. If it's a nice plastic tee, I'm going to spend more time than normal trying to get that baby out. I may take a practice swing over top and may chunk a practice swing a little bit. Just give me a little
You're supposed to hit ball first, though.
When it comes to finding good tees, I think it's ground first.
Yep.
And then if you hit the top of the tee, it lodges it out. Boom. Add that to the bag.
I would also say one of the biggest disappointments, besides my golf game, is pulling a tee out and it's like completely broken.
It's a halfie.
Broken.
Yeah. But
And then it goes right in that little box, though, for the next guy in case he wants to go 5-iron off that tee.
yeah, but there is a fine line between a broken tee that's usable and one that's not.
Yeah.
100%.
And
I think
It's got to be broken like up the... If it's broken straight off, there's wooden shards like hanging out. It's harder to get into the ground. But if it's broken at an angle, there's that nice point at the end that could not slide into the dirt any better.
You know what's even more of like a buzzkill is when there's a full tee in that little box and you pick it up and then the top where you actually set the ball is split in half.
I'll test my luck.
I'll
put that in and maybe bend it one
tilt
way
it one way.
Yep. I will test my luck with those things. On the topic of tees, if you'll notice, like in the summertime, if you come into my truck, odds are there'll be at least 1 or 2 tees on my center console.
Yep.
And those are the ones that I have forgot in my pocket after a round, and my golf bag's in the back. So I'm not taking those things and putting them back in there.
Well, what you tell yourself when you put it on your dashboard is that I'll grab that before my next round and I'll start with that tee, and you never do.
The top of the washer and dryer is also another spot where you'll find a lot of tees for me.
That's the life cycle. 18th green, you got tees in your pockets. You don't put them back in your bag. If you don't realize they're in your pockets in your truck, they end up in your house, and then you take them out of your pockets, or your wife does, and puts them either on your dresser or on your washing machine.
Yeah. Not going to wreck anything in the washing machine, though. No, it's good. Those babies can cycle right through.
Yeah.
Wood, plastic, don't matter.
Yeah, you're just cleaning them off a little bit.
Yeah, clean tees for the next round.
Clean tees.
Clean tees.
I mean, I couldn't tell you
t-shirts.
I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a bag of tees. They're $1 at the clubhouse, I'm sure. $2 maybe.
Yeah, I buy about 1 bag a year. Big ass bag.
Tyler, I get invited to a country club maybe like 2-3 times a year. And that's the only time I'm going is if I'm invited.
Yep.
And they always have a basket of tees before the first tee box or as you walk out of the clubhouse. It's almost like trail mix or pub mix. I am grabbing the biggest handful. I'm going to maybe shake it once or twice to get the loose ends off. And that shit's going straight into my tea bag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're plastic. They're always plastic too. They're nice. Well, not always plastic, but
the majority
nice.
of them are.
Yeah.
My brother used to work at the country club in Caddy there. Not to brag. And
well, you don't need a membership to work there.
and it was plastic tees, same thing. But he'd also clean out all the golf carts. So he'd find all the leftover golf balls and stuff like that are in there. So like last year for my birthday, my birthday's Labor Day, end of the season, I got an entire box full of mismatched high-end golf balls and plastic tees.
That's a good gift.
Yeah, it's a great gift.
Yeah.
And still running those golf balls today.
He's also got like 3 or 4 range finders, a couple speakers.
He does.
Oh my God. He's nicking stuff.
I know. Couple pairs of sunglasses too.
Damn.
Ray-Bans.
He's got to start his own just like
like Facebook shop.
Like they have his own thrift store from lost golf items.
Yeah, secondhand golf.
Yep. One thing that I fucking love is when the cart also has a club/ball washer on it. To have that with you.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
Because those things on the cart where you just like you stick your club in it and then it's got the up and down ball washer. Those, it doesn't matter how good the on bag scrubber is. It's never as good as those. You can't get your club any cleaner than you can shoving it in that little freaking whisker mouth looking ass thing and scrubbing that. Nothing gets your club cleaner than that. And it's so sweet to be able to do that in the middle of the fairway and not have to wait every 3 holes until they have one that actually has water in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of like the water station for me. I don't use it a lot, but when I do need it, it is there, and I am thankful that it is there.
Yeah, I don't use the ball washer a ton because chances are that the ball that was dirty is gone. Like I'll lose a ball before I need to clean a ball 9 times out of 10, but I'm not losing my clubs. Those bad boys got to get clean, and those things are elite.
How dirty does a ball have to be for you to clean it?
It has to have, like, I don't care if there's like dry dirt that's flat on it, but once it's bumpy and it would affect my putt, then it's getting cleaned.
Okay.
You've seen me play with some disgusting looking balls.
Yeah, I probably wash my ball like once every 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Like I just never.
There's no way you've ever kept one ball for 3 rounds.
No, what I'm saying is like, I'm not paying attention to how dirty my ball is. If it's got like some grass stains on it, not cleaning it. If it's got some dirt on it, I'm just gonna harshly rub my thumb over the top, and I'm still not gonna clean it. Also, I don't know what tee boxes are ball washers typically at.
At some courses, every tee box.
Well, you got blacks, blues, whites, reds on a normal golf course.
Okay.
I feel like the tees I'm playing, typically whites. The ball washer is always at blues.
Yep. I was just going to say.
And I'm not walking back to go wash my ball.
Unless it's a course with only blues, they put it in the middle.
Okay. That's fair.
Because blues are usually pretty close to the middle, so that's where they slap them.
Sure. Even, I guess the only balls that I'm cleaning are the ones that I find if they're like lodged in a swamp or something.
Right. Like you dig some out of the slough or you dig some out with like the ball grabber, then you got to clean those bad boys.
Yeah.
In which case,
it is nice to have though. I love having the ball washer there. I just don't use it often.
Yeah. Like we all have like rags and towels and stuff like that on our bag. A little spit in a rag get you a long way.
Right. Like I'm saying this is 99% of what I'm saying here is because I love the club washing function.
Yep.
And I get more excited when I see that my cart has one of those than if my cart has a screen in it.
Yeah, because we already got the GPS in our phone.
I don't need that damn screen.
Also, are you guys, I feel like I never do this, and maybe I'm going to get some shit for this, but do you guys actually ever use the little spray bottle, a little grass seed thing that they put on the side of the cart?
Yeah.
I feel like I usually just like, if I can salvage my divot, I'll just put my divot right back where it was.
Yeah, that's option 1. But if it's not salvageable and you've absolutely obliterated that grass, well, technically you're supposed to put the seed down and the divot.
Yeah, no matter what, right?
Yep.
Well, some places don't even want you to replace your divots. They want you to just put seed and leave it.
Yep.
Because they want to be able to grow new.
Yeah, I rarely ever use that. Maybe because my divots are salvageable. I don't know. But I feel like I'd rarely ever end up using that thing.
Fuck, I might see if I can buy like 10, 15 of those jugs of seed and just spread it across my yard.
Yeah.
Because that shit's got to be growing in a week.
Right. What are they doing to grass that homeowners aren't?
Thank you. Because I had a hell of a time getting grass to grow in my backyard last year.
I mean, like, you have courses not that far from your house.
I know. Can I just buy 10 jugs of this seed? I'll bring it back.
Maybe
I'll
just
bring
like
the jugs
hey,
back.
that seed is built into your green fee. Maybe next time just bring a Ziploc bag with you. Maybe just fill that shit up.
Oh, because I just need it for spots. I don't need it for the whole yard. I just need it for spots. What kind of get some fit? That's a great way to actually get a fairway going in the backyard.
Yeah.
So I can I can experience what the fairway's like.
Or you just start saving your divots.
And just placing
and
them.
then you just have like a really patchworky looking sod in your backyard.
I do have a female dog, and her piss does turn the grass brown, yellow, whatever.
There you go.
That's actually a great.
You
great
dig that
idea.
up. You put your divot there. Good to go.
Seed the grass on the course, take the divot, put it in a nice baggie, salvage that thing before I get home, plant it down. Hey, am I literally growing a fairway in my backyard?
Yep.
I should try that. I should say, hey, can I buy a jug of seed off you? Just test it on a little spot to see if it works.
Yeah. Because it's all sand.
Sand and seed, yeah. Yep. Fuck, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I can't wait for spring. I will tell you, what's the date today? The 16th.
Something 17th. Like that. 17th.
In 2 weeks, it will be February. Shortest month of the year.
Is it a leap year?
No.
Okay.
And once February hits, like 2 years ago, I was golfing on March 8th. So in 2 weeks, I mean, days are already getting longer. December 21st is behind us. Days are getting longer. 2 weeks, it'll be February, shortest month of the year. Get through that quick, no problem. March is a great month because you're either going to be golfing in March or the anticipation of getting on the course in April is going to be there. And fuck, we are close. I think we're already through the tough part of winter in the Midwest as golfers. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, there is.
So I will tell you, get excited about that. Days are getting longer. We're almost through. You might be golfing in early March. You might not be. But the best part about the spring is the anticipation of not being able to get out yet, but it opening soon. And I'll leave you with that. That's it for the podcast, Tyler.
Yep.
Love you guys. Have a good week. Thanks again for listening to episode 129.
120.
Fuck.
Close.
120.
Yep.
I could go for a nice 120, 54-degree shot.
Just 300 more episodes till our last one.
Hitting ball first.
Nice, Tyler.
Well, we were supposed to end at 69, but we decided to keep going till 420.
Love you guys.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.